This video is brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Anina, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Edalis, Dre, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Willow, Danny, Blessing, Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, Lovely, Antonina, Anna, Valen, Ali, Obsessed, Brianna, Nicole, Carnations, Kristen, Tequila, Autumn, Emily, Sarah, Vanessa, Nini, Nura, Matcha, Ava, Yasmin, Leah, Kayla, Ali, Ginny, Vika, Inez, June, Elizabeth, Penguin, Sammy, Roland, Rose, Lydia, Mila, Adrian, Lexi, Bana, Chi, Madison, Beck, Jemiah, Mads, Rachel, Daisy, Honeybee, Jade, Hooves, Rose, Alyss, Caden, Sponge, AJ, Kate, Jay, Praxton, Nicole, Terry, Hollow, Rebecca, Allison, Jacqueline, Jakaria, Mina, Lilith, Ange, Jasmine, Lizard, Haley, Kiki, Illyria, Lady Demista, Zebra, Lala, Ari, Amy, Busy, Molly, Xylosaurus Rex, Lunaris Galaxia, Maya, Novastar, Annie, Tori, Ariel, Bolchi, Bree, Zael, Jenny, Beastie, Leah, Arlo, Lena, and Daddy. If you'd like to support this channel and get some pretty nifty perks such as exclusive weekly audios and novel readings, the link is in the description. Good morning. How are you? Is the more important question, I think. I'm good. I know that you weren't under the influence last night, but I just kind of wanted to do a quick, consent check, if you don't mind. This is chill, right? Good, because last night, we were talking, and then you fell asleep, and I fell asleep basically right around the same time you did, and we were on opposite sides of the bed, and I woke up about an hour ago, and you were literally just nestled on top of me like a cat. So I didn't know if this was okay with you. No, yeah, it is. It's definitely okay with me. And the reason I didn't wake you up or anything is because you were breathing super heavily and you seemed so relaxed, and I didn't want to get in the way of that or interrupt it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I always knew that my torso was big, but the fact that you're able to fit half your body on my torso is kind of crazy. It is 7:30, so we are probably the first ones up. Yeah, usually after a party, the guys are pretty knocked out of it because they have been doing some heinous, unspeakable things, and also, or they're just completely trashed in their own rooms alone. Either way, I'm always up first because I usually get up around this time. Usually I do have a book club on Saturdays, but today I actually don't have anything to do. Yes, you heard me right. I am a part of my aunt's book club. You know what? You can giggle all you want, but the literature that they choose is generally pretty solid. I get unlimited wine, and good wine too. They break out the stuff from the cellar for book club. And maybe sometimes the members will recommend me to their daughters. Yeah, but it usually doesn't work out because they're like, "Oh my God, you're in a book club with my mom? That's odd." And I say, "Yeah, well, I can't really argue with you there, I don't know. I'm just so content right now. This is the most like body to body contact I've had in years, and you feel like relaxed on my body, and that's kind of relaxing me too. So I hope you are actually relaxed. Otherwise, I don't think that I mean, I would probably be super embarrassed and like run out of the room. Thank you. I am basically a furnace, so it makes sense that you are warm. Yeah, it's a problem. Even in summer, I am like a furnace. Even in winter, I'm a furnace. Any time you can come up to me, and a lot of my friends will come up to me in the winter. They'll be like hand warmers, and I will like stick them their like one of their hands between my arm, and not my armpit, but like my forearm and my bicep in between that, and I'll get them all warm. I'm aware they could just wear like mittens, or make some hot cocoa and put their hands on it, but it feels nice to help out the homies with some hand warming. God, your giggle is like the cutest thing I have ever heard. Hey, I'm not trying to be like presumptuous. Is the word presumptuous or anything like that? And you can tell me if I'm completely off base here, but hopefully the evidence at hand is a good indicator. Did, was last night like something big for you too? Okay, good. I have never had that level of conversation with someone my age. It's always been with like older family members or therapists, or yeah, no, I do therapy. I think it's really important to make sure that your mental state is like doing well. Therapy has always really worked for me. So, anyways, but or like mentors or something like that. But I've never had a conversation with as much depth and like vulnerability and pure honesty as I did with you, and it was like the most refreshing and the nicest thing that I've experienced in a very, very, very long time. Honestly, me too. Because parties are generally for that, and I mean, I you kind of seemed interested in going that direction, but I'm so glad that it just that would have been fun, and I think maybe we would have ended up here, but maybe we wouldn't have, and I certainly don't think that I would have grown such an appreciation for the person that you are if we hadn't, just taken it slow and talked. And I don't know, there's so much in common between the two of us. And even like looking at you right now, feeling you on top of my body, my heart is pounding 1,000 miles a minute. Although your head is really near that, so you can probably feel the reverberations. No, it's not just you. It's definitely happening for real. It's so embarrassing, but yeah, you completely blew me away. Exactly. I'll be honest with you. I didn't tell you this last night, but like from the classes that we've took together and observing like the answers that you would give to certain questions, and like just your overall personality, I think it would be fair to say that I had a crush on you. Wait, was that bad? Well, you look pretty shocked, so I was just assuming that it was a negative. No, 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 no. I am in far too blissful of a state to be capable of any teasing at all. You did? Really? I don't know, man. I is this whole event enough to like make you believe in fate? Because I don't know if I've got another proper explanation. It feels like it though, right? It feels like this is it. It feels like this is where I was meant to be today with you here, starting whatever is starting. But that's the thing. I definitely. I'm sorry. I get so distracted by your smile that I just completely go off in a different direction. I can't keep any of my thoughts straight because it's all like, wow, she is something else. But okay, no, what I did it again. I did it again, describing it to you. Golly, and I would say that I had a crush on you, but having a crush is just such a vastly different experience than having any sort of actual real feeling. It's an idea of a person. This is what I think a crush is, because you don't really like know them extensively, but I don't know. And I know I don't know you extensively enough, but I feel like we went through like the first month of knowing each other in one night. You are right. Usually people don't go through, what was it? Was it like 9 hours of talking to another person? In like literally just 9 hours. Usually that's spread out over like a week or like even 2 weeks sometimes, especially in person. But I just feel this like really, 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 really deep connection to you. And I feel like that your body is going to be like left imprinted exactly where it is, like exactly on my chest and my stomach and my legs. Like this is, I don't know how I'm going to go forward today without having you here. It's the most beautiful feeling. And I'm not going to cry, but I guess I'm just emotional because all of those things that we talked about, I haven't really talked about them with anyone else aside from like my family and my therapists. But to be like so openly accepted for who I am, and then to receive that level of vulnerability back in the middle of a stupid like college party, I don't know if any experience will ever top that. But all I know is I want to continue seeing you so we can have the opportunity to top that. Because we are, at least from what you told me, unless you were lying the entire time, in that case I'd be very upset. We are two lonely people who have really had a rough shake of things. And the thing that we could probably use the most is someone else who truly understands us and that we can do anything with. We can be serious with them. We can have a lot of fun with them. We can take our minds off things. We can hone in and focus in on problems and work towards solutions. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm like reading way too far into this, but I think that we could do that for each other. I really think that we could do that for each other. The way you're stroking my chest and like hearing you say that simultaneously, I don't know how I lived without this my entire life. And this is pretty bananas because I'm such a rational person who approaches things logically, and like I never believed in love at first sight or even anything close, but I guess I have to believe in like spark at first sight, because the first time that I saw you, I felt something. I didn't know what it was, but I felt something inside of me, like just like a little flicker. And now I think I'm burning up. I think there's a whole flame going on inside of my body. I told you I'm not going to cry. You can't be crying either, okay? So, I know. This is just such a fragile, beautiful moment, and I don't want to make anything weird or uncomfortable by moving forward with a potential question that could possibly ruin things, or I just want to exist in this moment for the rest of my life. But simultaneously, I also know that if I ask this question and there's a thing, then, maybe we could, even though both of us can't possibly fathom it, we could have better moments than this in the future. And who knows, maybe it'll just keep getting one-upped continuously, and I don't know. But what I do know is that I feel like our souls are tethered. And I can't leave here without asking if you would like to try and take things further in regards to a potential romantic relationship together. If you said no, then I totally understand. I would totally understand. I will be able to exist, like I'll be able to come back to this moment and exist in it forever. And maybe that would be the beauty of it. Maybe that would be the beauty of having just this moment between two people who will never, teasing. That's not really funny. That's not funny. Well, I guess you make good points. That's fair, but I'm not. I don't know. I guess you wouldn't know this, but I'm really oblivious to that type of stuff. You are just kind of like doting all over me, and I mean, yeah, we have been kind of talking to each other like we are in a relationship already. So I mean, I guess that's egg on my face, but I mean, that is, by the way, in the future, that is the way to shut me up for sure. If I'm ever rambling on something you don't want to hear about, or you have an answer for me and I'm not letting you, just lay one on me. So I told you I don't have plans for the rest of the day. I didn't ask you. Did I ask you if you had plans for the rest of the day? Good. The boys probably won't be up for another couple hours, so I was wondering if you would just like to maybe. Yeah, exactly that, what you said. And while we do cuddle and exist in this like just magical moment for a while longer, do you mind if we add some of what you were just doing to me to the repertoire? Yeah, that is me asking for kisses. That is, I'll admit it. I may be a dork, but now I'm your dork, so I guess you're gonna have to learn to deal with that, huh? And you're a dork too, by the way. I didn't want to tell you, but you were snoring. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not bad. It's really cute. It's very light, but it is definitely snoring. I don't know. I think I really like it, so I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. So, you like me, huh? I'm sorry, I just kind of gave that whole little monologue, and maybe I wanted to hear you say it for yourself. Yeah, I can do that. I like your fearlessness, the way that you are just able to approach subject matters that can be viewed as like either difficult to talk about or taboo, and you're just like so open-minded with everything, and you're just speaking your mind constantly, is something that I really admire. And although I'm not the best at it, so it's something I'd like to try and model some of my conversation tactics after. I really love that you are just so obviously kind. The way that you talk about other people is so, even people you don't like, is with dignity and grace, and that's so difficult to find in a person. People just describe even the people that they don't like, even the people they do like, in such negative ways nowadays. It's so nice to meet someone who has that level of like integrity. I really, I know this is gonna sound. I hope it doesn't sound creepy. I like the way you look when you sleep. You look completely at peace with everything, and it is it's like watching like a puppy sleep, or like a kitten, or like a baby lamb or something. It's just the cutest thing in the entire